Chapter 18. Justice for Crowley. Nancy began Chapter 18 with a renewed determination. Mr. Ellington had confirmed the will's authenticity, and the rightful heirs were finally being notified. But Nancy Drew knew the mystery wasn't over, not until the Tophams were confronted with the truth, and the families Crowley loved received what they were owed. Early that morning, Mr. Ellington invited Nancy to join him at the courthouse, where the will would be formally reviewed and entered into the legal record. Nancy arrived with the clock carefully wrapped in a blanket, its hidden compartment now empty, but still symbolic of Crowley's cleverness and trust. As she stepped inside, she felt a quiet sense of pride. She had followed every clue, braved every danger, and uncovered the truth Crowley had worked so hard to protect. But the Tophams were already there. Tall, rigid, and bristling with indignation, they confronted Nancy the moment she entered. They accused her of meddling, lying, and fabricating evidence. Their voices rose sharply, echoing through the marble hall. But Nancy stood her ground, calm and steady. She simply told them the truth. The will had been found, verified, and was now in the hands of the law. Their outrage only grew. When Mr. Ellington emerged from his office, he carried the will with the quiet authority of a man who knew justice was on his side. He informed the Tophams that the document was genuine, legally binding, and would be honored. Their inheritance was no longer theirs to claim. The Tophams' faces drained of color. But before they could protest further, the courthouse doors opened, and the families Crowley had named in his will stepped inside. The Hoovers, the Abbotts, the Turners, the Carters. Their expressions were a mixture of hope, disbelief, and gratitude. Nancy watched as Mr. Ellington explained the situation, his voice warm and steady. Tears welled in Mrs. Hoover's eyes. Mr. Abbott shook Nancy's hand with trembling gratitude. The Turners embraced each other, overwhelmed. For the first time, Nancy felt the full impact of what she had uncovered. This wasn't just a mystery solved, it was a legacy restored. But one question still lingered. As the courthouse settled into quiet conversation, Nancy stepped outside for a breath of fresh air. The street was calm, the morning sun warm on her face. She scanned the road out of habit, expecting to see the watch's car lurking nearby. It wasn't there. Instead, she noticed a single envelope tucked beneath her windshield wiper. Her heart quickened as she opened it. Inside was a short note written in hurried, uneven handwriting. "It's over. You won. Leave it now." No signature, no threat, just a final acknowledgment from the shadow who had followed her for days. Nancy folded the note and slipped it into her pocket. The danger had passed. The truth had prevailed, and Crowley's final wishes were finally safe. As she walked back inside, Nancy Drew felt a quiet, steady satisfaction. The mystery was nearly complete, and justice had found its way home.